So as we know, Boruto and Kawaki, they're definitely in a league of their own when it comes to power scaling, and they both still technically have their karma markings, yet they haven't shown anything from the karma markings in the recent chapters of Two Blue Vortex. But we know that Boruto has the brand new rasengan uzuhiko, and basically what that does is pretty much turn your entire body into swirls that mimic the effects of the planet, basically moving 24/7. So basically if that effect was to hit a normal human, you would die basically instantly. You wouldn't be able to get up, you wouldn't be able to do anything at all. Now moving on to our boy Kawaki, what he can do is he can fly now, and he still has his abilities that he had in part 1 where he can shrink himself down, he can shrink any object down, he can absorb jutsu, but I think Boruto and Kawaki can definitely still do that. So, and we know that he can fly, he can move around in his own dimension, which is really cool, and it's going to be very crucial to the development of Kawaki, I feel like. Now we'll start by going over this question: how can Kawaki actually survive a direct Rasengan Uzuhiko attack? Well, there's only one thing he can do: shrink himself down, because he can't shrink the actual Rasengan down because it's not visible technically. So you can only see like the actual air around it, or the aura, if you will. So what he can do is just shrink himself down, move to a new location, and then come back and attack Boruto. But before I move on, I want to ask you guys real quick, because I'm about to hit 1,000 subscribers pretty soon, only about 100 off, so I would really appreciate if you guys like and subscribe to this video. Now moving on, Boruto has some very specific feats that he has reached as well. From what we know so far, he might have a sage mode coming in next chapter, and from there we can deduce that he might be able to detect Kawaki, because in sage mode you can basically detect everything around you no matter what it is, and if it's imminent danger you can move out of the way at the last second. That is called the frog kata technique that Naruto did back in the war arc, and he can use this ability to basically detect where Kawaki is even if he shrink down. Now another thing he can do is basically bring in things from his dimension into the real world and use that against his enemies. But Boruto also has a counter to this. He can basically use the Uzuhiko and basically just obliterate anything in front of him, because if you think about it, the only thing really stopping Boruto from spamming the Uzuhiko over and over until he basically defeats Kawaki is chakra, but we don't know how much chakra he actually has. Could it be that he's now merged basically Momoshiki's energy with his own, and he now has basically a near unlimited chakra pool? But we know back in the Boruto movie that Momoshiki also has a limit. He did get weighed down by Naruto and Sasuke continuously hitting him. But remember, part 1 Boruto was also pretty powerful. Remember, he had all these abilities already. So if you take the Boruto in the time skip and you're basically just merging him with his past self and Momoshiki, you're just stacking abilities on abilities. And now we have the final product, which is time skip Boruto, the most overpowered being in anime supposedly. And then we got Kawaki, who he's getting there. He could use a few years of training, definitely of his own, because I really don't think even now that he trained much at all. I mean, we know he definitely did training with the karma to actually understand and master all of its abilities, which is why now we have him flying and stuff like that. Now honestly, at the end of the day, I strongly believe that right now Boruto would win because of his Uzuhiko, and we haven't even seen his latent potential, meaning the karma seals of either Kawaki or Boruto. So I hope in this chapter we actually get some flashbacks as to how Boruto can wield that such a powerful move and how Kawaki can actually fly. But that's gonna wrap it up for this very short debate. Tell me what you think in the comments. Will Boruto win? Will Kawaki win? Let me know. And thank you very much if you made it this far for watching the video.